in this space and to just breathe and to settle in. Let's take in a breath and hold, and exhale. And another. Breathe big and exhale big. And just allow yourself to be in this present moment. And I like to use a mantra. And the mantra is, the love. I am immersed in the love and the light of God. And so after you say that to yourself, then just breathe. Take in 4 breaths and say it again. I am immersed in the love and in the light of God. I am immersed in the love and the light of God. I am immersed in the love I am immersed in the love and the light of God. I am immersed in the love and the light of God. Just say that to yourself. I am immersed in the love and the light of God. I am immersed in the love and the light of God. I am immersed in the love and the light of God. Let's take in a collective deep breath. And as we exhale, we can bring ourselves back to our awareness. This will conclude our meditation for this morning.
Shanti Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Om. Peace inside my mind, God and only God is moving me. Peace inside my mind, God and only God I live to see. Peace inside my mind, God and only God is moving me. Peace inside my mind, God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti Om. 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 Om Shanti Om.
There is one life, one divine presence, one love. There's just one of us here, and it is the powerful presence of God that is living and moving and having its very life as each one of us, as the EASTBAY Church of Religious Science. And I know today that we are blessed, that the love that we experience is God expressing as this community. I know that the blessings are in giving of ourselves to one another, allowing the truth that God is and God is simply all that there is to be felt and known as our experience. I know that the music is blessed. I know that Arleen is blessed as she gives the word, that each one of us is blessed for receiving the word. I know that all is truly well, and so it is.
Peace inside my heart, one and only God is moving me. Peace inside my heart, God and only God I live to see. Peace inside my heart, God and only God is moving me. Peace inside my heart, God and only God I live to see.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti Om. 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 Om Shanti Om. the earth, God and only God is moving me. Peace inside the earth, God and only God I live to see. Peace inside the earth, God and only God is moving me. Peace inside the earth, God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om.
When there is peace in my mind, there will be peace in the earth.
Amen. Good morning, East Bay. Good morning. So glad to see you today. We are embarking on a new chapter. Yes. It's exciting. It's very, very exciting. So if this is your first time here, would you please stand? And if there's anyone who's a first-timer online, welcome. We appreciate you taking the time to join us. So welcome back for a new Sunday. Our Sacred Covenant is next. There is only one life. This life is good. This life is God. This life is my life now. In knowing that I am one with this life, that is God, I therefore know that I am one with all of its blessed expressions, which includes the presence of a new minister for my beloved spiritual community. Because I know that the highest purpose of my new minister is to glorify God, I therefore know that my new minister is a revelation of God as love. I further know that my new minister is the fulfillment of that which has been promised by God. For it is written, true love has the power to heal and transform any situation and bring. Love is patient, love is kind, it always honors, always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. As I stand in agreement with my beloved community, I see my new minister revealed before me as a beacon of light, growing us with love and wisdom. Knowing that I and my beloved community must become that which we intend to bring forth and experience in our new minister, I now know these truths about myself. I am inspiring, uplifting, and activating our community to live in harmony with all life. I am igniting individual and collective energetic movement towards spiritual truths and freedom. I am modeling and supporting profound levels of connection, healing, revealing, and growth in self and community. I am cultivating an environment in which social justice and care for the needs of our greater community is part of our culture. I am engaging in mystical teachings and practices that support deep personal and collective transformation and connection to oneness. As I now accept the highest expression of a new minister into my life, I know that they will be revealed in a way that will glorify God and serve the highest and greatest good of all who are touched by their presence. I am grateful. God is gracious. Amen. And now we will have our announcements by Arleen Key.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are enjoying this moment. Yes. Yes. And as I know, this moment we'll never have again. Yes. So enjoy the moment. Yes. So we do have some community announcements today. I'm doing it in my role as COO, and then I'll get to come back and talk about trusting love. Yes. Amen. So first announcement is we are a community of prayer. And in the room, we have several practitioners wearing this purple stole who are available for prayer for good, prosperity, health, employment, whatever you may need or feel you need or desire, we're here to pray for you. So we have practitioners spread around the room. The prayer room will be open after the service. So this is the day. This is the day we're voting in our new senior minister. Voting opens at 11:30, so if you're trying now and you're getting an error, that's on purpose. We want to do it together at one time at 11:30, so we have Reverend Derica Blackman and Reverend Kevin Cottle as our candidates that we are going to vote for. One of them we will vote for today at 11:30. If you brought your ballot, thank you. If you didn't bring your ballot, you can pick them up in the back. If you just walk down the hall, pick up your ballot, and the drop box for your completed ballot is in the room. You'll see it. It's laid out beautifully. You can't miss it. And if you miss it, I did something wrong. But I think you'll find it. And for those online, you can vote online at 11:30. Just go in, put in your member number, and follow about 2-3 steps, and it'll be complete. So thank you for that. And we are in our giving season. Give, grow, glow. And we challenged the community last week, Wednesday night, I believe, to consider and move forward in giving from your heart as Spirit guides you. But we set a specific number, and our goal for the year is $572,000. We have 8 months to get that in, and I know we can do it. So that can be in increments of one drop of $3,720 per person, or you could pay it all. I don't really care, but we want to bring it in. If you can write that check, we'll take it. Right, Pat? So we're inviting members to give $372 a month for the rest of the year. You can set up your pledge program online by month, how you want to do it, or give what you can, knowing that you've given, you've gone inside and Spirit advised you, guided you to give, and so we want to see that. So starting next week, you'll see the progress we're making in that pledge, and we invite everybody to be a part of it. You don't have to be a member of East Bay to be a part of this program. If you're a friend of a family member, we invite you to participate. Thank you. Amen. Wednesday night Power Hour, Al Gibson will be our practitioner speaking. Meditations at 6:15, and the service starts at 6:30. Next week is Youth Sunday. Our youth are back. We've had 2 amazing Sundays with them in the church during the month of April, the 2nd and 3rd Sunday. And I have to tell you, I love the littles. Those are under 5. They're just adorable. So if you have some children, any age, we invite you to bring them out and be a part of that on Sunday. Reverend Sherry will be giving the message, and I believe we'll have music from our youth, and they'll be participating in the service. So let's come and support them. Next week, week after next, May 1st, we're having another community meeting. We're going to provide updates on where we are with our pledge and give you more information about what's going on with the church. So stay tuned, watch your email, watch your text. We want everybody to be there to be aware. That's Wednesday, May 1st. That's right? Okay, Wednesday, May 1st at 7 p.m. So part of the things that are happening is we're shifting gears. Our legacy is propelling into a different direction. Only God knows what that is. But in the meantime, we're going to celebrate where we are, where we've come from, and where we are. And so on Sunday, May 7th, we will celebrate a Throwback Sunday. And how this will look is we'll bring some videos in from 1998, I believe it is, Harriet. And we will sit here and watch and celebrate each other and look how much gray hair I've gotten over the years. And this is our 50-year anniversary, by the way, so we want people to come out and get excited about that and just kind of remember how we were back then. Not saying we're going back there, but just take that memory in your heart, knowing that East Bay has had a rich legacy, and we're going to carry that forward in the years ahead. So we thank Reverend Eloise, who's here in the room, and I hope you'll be there, Reverend E, so you can smile at yourself. And all of you who've been a part of East Bay over the years, we just thank you and appreciate all that you've done and all that you do and all that we will be doing going forward. So God bless you, and I believe that's my last announcement this morning. That was yesterday. Talk to them after the service. I don't know, I wasn't there, so I'm sure it went really well. So thank you all for today, and I'll turn it back over to Deborah.
So now we have our musical inspiration. Actually, that's not true. Before we have our musical inspiration, I'd like to introduce the Sounds of Joy. We have Cassandra Arnold, Martha Mangle, Terry Stanley, and the musicians are Andrew Barnes, Jameson on piano, Mwamba Black Woman on bass, and Daryl Thompson on drums. Amen. All right. And of course, our singer, vocalist, Deborah Tisdale.
I didn't go anywhere. Okay. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed. Talking with my mind, stayed on spirit. I'm walking and talking. is intentional. Remember that.
God's intentional, never failing. I know that all things are working for my good, yeah, 'cause God's intentional, never failing. All things are working for my good, 'cause God's intentional,
God's intentional,
and God's never failing.
never failing.
All things are working
For my good,
It's God's intentional,
God's intentional,
and God's never failing.
never failing.
All things
are working for my good.
All things are working for my good.
All things are working for my good.
All things are working for my good.
Are working for
I
my
know that
good.
all things are working for my good.
All things are working for my good.
Everybody sing. It's working for me. It's working for me. I believe it's working for me. I don't have to worry. I know that I don't have to worry, 'cause it's working for me. It's working for me.
It's working for me.
It's working for me.
It's working for me.
It's working for me. I know that I don't have to worry, 'cause
it's working for me.
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 It's working for me. I know that I don't have to worry, 'cause
it's working for me.
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 God's intentional.
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 God's intentional. God's intentional. God's intentional. God's intentional.
And God's never failing.
Never failing.
I'll just sing.
Trust love, trust love, trust God, that love is everywhere, that receivers of love, and love will have the final word. Trust love, trust love, trust God, that love is everywhere, that we are here to be the perfect givers of love and receivers of love, and love will have the final word. No one ever loses when one trusts love, for love is something that will never fail. Love is the essence of the Spirit that is known by always giving. Love only sees the truth beyond the appearance that is showing. Love judges not, and love renews. Yes, love renews. Love is a healer. Oh, yes, it is. Love loves to love. Love loves to love, and will keep on being loved, and will keep on being loved. This is its holy way. So trust love. You gotta lean on love. Trust God, that love is everywhere, that we are here to be the perfect givers of love and receivers of love, and love will have the final word. We are here to be the perfect givers of love and receivers of love, and love will have the final word. Yes, love will have the final word.
Thank you, Deborah Tisdale. And thank you, Sounds of Joy. Thank you so much. So now I'm going to introduce our speaker, who really does not need any introduction. And it is, come on over, Miss Arleen King. And I would like everybody to just stand up. And as I said, she doesn't need an introduction, but I want to just take a moment to acknowledge the service that she has provided to our community and will continue to provide. I also was thinking as I was sitting there that she comes from a lineage of people that give service. Her mom, Sharon Porter, you know, she could always get anybody in this community to do something. I want you to do, and you would just say yes. And so that's who Arleen is, a person that gives and gives and gives. And the Bible says, to them that have, much is given, and to them that have not, even that is taken away. And so we know that she is an example of someone who has continuously given to our community and will continue. So I just want to acknowledge her and say thank you.
Yes.
So Arleen, thank you, Lynn. But we want to say thank you We see you. We know who you are. We love you. And we appreciate you. Thank God for you.
Can you guys hear me? No. Okay. Yes, I should turn it. How about now? No. Okay, I'll go use this mic. It's all right. I'm not on? You're on. No. My little secret pouch is, okay, how about that now? Yes. Better. All right, okay, I'm just gonna stay here. I'm gonna try to stay here. Maybe I'll hold this microphone. Whew. So, this is the day. There's a lot of things happening today. In an hour or so, the Warriors are gonna try again. So we know that that's already done and complete in the mind of God. And it's been interesting watching the ebbs and flows of the Warriors. And my talk is not about the Warriors at all. But if you live in a house with a mother who is obsessed with them, you know every little detail. She will stay up until it's over. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Thank you, Deborah. For those who don't know, Deborah brought me to East Bay. So we have a lifetime together. It was when I had long hair, and she was my beautician. So that's how far back we go. In fact, my whole family went to Deborah's. And I want to thank Brett and Byron today, Richard, and Gloria, the practitioners who were in service, and all of you for being here today, because I know we're on this journey of, I'm going to call it awakening. Amen. Because every time we do something different, we wake into something new. And I especially want to thank Sounds of Joy. I just threw stuff at them, and they just said, we got you. So I appreciate that. And I always give Deborah a song. She goes, I've always wanted to sing that song. So she sings it. So I appreciate you. And I just appreciate this community so much. But I want to talk about today, Trust Love. That song is one of my favorites. And Ricky Byers, you'll hear a lot of her today, because that's how, I think most of us started with Ricky Byers when we came into East Bay. So when we think about our legacy and our time together, she was a phenomenal part of who we were. We sang all of her songs, and the spirit of her songs moved us and continued to move us if you really listen. And she doesn't have the hip-hop beat, but she has something that gets into you here whenever I hear her. And so you can YouTube her, you can Pandora, Spotify, she's out there, and just continue to communicate the Spirit of God within us, the power of God within us, which we all have the ability to tap into. Yes. So this month's theme is around vulnerability. The practitioners kicked off the month talking about the power of vulnerability. Reverend Francione talked about vulnerability during Easter. Reverend Dorica talked about it last week when she said the famous words, I'll never forget. And you guys were singing it, and I lost it. What you see is what you get. I was like, and what was so amazing watching the audience, I could tell the generational gaps, because the people who know it got up were bouncing, and the young people were like, what was it? So that was all amazing to see. What you see is what you get. So we're here now, and we're getting ready to have a transformation of our community. Yeah. And that's going to take some trust and some love. And it's going to take us being vulnerable. And I can tell you, every time I get up here, it's a vulnerable moment for me, because I do not know what I'm going to say. I don't know if my clothes are straight, my mic was right. I just don't know, but I'm giving you what I got, right? And the song said, what's love got to do with it? And I have to say everything. Yes. Everything. Love has to do with everything. So we've been reciting our covenant for our new minister, and it's my sacred covenant. It's not the minister's sacred covenant. It's ours. We wrote it. So Brett, could you pull up that one slide about love in Corinthians? Because we've been reading it and reciting it, but I want us to embody it. And the way you embody something, you get the thought in your mind, you see it, oh, love is power to heal, blah, blah, I got that. And we've been reading it for 3 years. And some of us are probably still up here with it, right? So we want to get it into our hearts. And when you get something to your heart, it's like when you have your first grandchild or your new puppy, you embrace that little thing that's happening there. So love has the power to heal and transform any situation. I've got that here. Love is patient. Love is kind. I've got that here. But when we talk about it here, it's just some words that you're starting to process. But when you get it here, you know how when your heart's full, you know those moments when you fall in love or you're mad because you fell out of love? Your heart is feeling some kind of way, right? But when you know you got that relationship or whatever it is or whoever it is, you've embodied it. And it's not like you can't live without it. It's just in you. It's like when people talk about my mom, I know exactly what they're talking about and how she can get you to do things. Because they've embodied her. Whatever you say, we got you. So we want to move from our head to our heart, that love feeling. But when we embody it, it's always with us. Everywhere we go, every step we take, we've embodied that. We've embodied that. So can you get my head, my heart, and I'm embodying it. So when we think about our legacy here at EASTBAY, how many people have been here more than 20 years? Over half the room. So you've embodied EASTBAY. You've embodied. How many people have heard about us through somebody else? You're loving EASTBAY. But if it's your first time here, you're just seeing a bunch of people having a good time. You're up here. But we want you to get from here to embody it. So when somebody says it, you just shake all over. That's where we are, and we're going to move that forward. And this is not a talk about letting go. It's lifting up and stepping out to do something different. Because we'll see that video from 1999, and we'll say, oh, that was a good old time. It was so wonderful back then, but we're not there now. We are here. And what I would like for us to do for the new minister is be present here. Yes. Not trying to go and relive what we did back then, because that is not here anymore. Amen. So we got an idea in our head, we started to love it, and then we embody it. Yes. So I thank you for all who've embodied EASTBAY all over these years. We couldn't have done it without you. So I thank you for that. So as we move forward, the next thing is about trust and love. And there are things that have happened, and I was thinking today, what's the biggest thing that's happened to me and all of us since we've been in this community? And I'd have to say the pandemic. We moved mountains through that pandemic. We went up hills that we had never gone before. We crossed oceans and rivers of things to stay here. So when you think about a community that stays together through something we've never seen, we really didn't know what we were doing. No one in the world knew what we were doing, but we were doing something to move forward. We never closed our doors. I don't even think we lost a member to the pandemic. Some of us got it, but we're still here. So when you think of that tenacity and that perseverance within a community, we can only rise up. Rise up. So pandemic be gone. Yeah, I'll accept a yes. Whatever strain, we can handle it. We can just move past it. Do what you got to do to take care of yourself and protect others. But do that. And I have to commend the Health and Wellness Ministry. They guided us through that 100%. So hats off to them. And Reverend always told us, we always have what we need.
Yes, amen.
They gave the information, and we executed it appropriately. So when we think about being tenacious as a community, waiting for change to come, and I wouldn't say waiting for change. Change is happening right now as I'm speaking with you, because something's going through your mind that you hadn't thought about until we came here. How could I have done that differently? Am I up here or am I in heart? We need to be aware of that as we go forward. So when you think about the pandemic, when you think about coming to church to an empty room, the singers and the speakers and me and the sound team, we created something very powerful Because in spite of what was going on outside, we held it down inside. And I want to thank everybody for doing that, because without them, you would have missed the service, you would have went on Zoom and we weren't there, or YouTube, we weren't there, but everybody came and they showed up. And they gave 100%. Yes. And that's the community we are. We give it all, every single time. There's no half-stepping with EASTBAY. Yes. Would you agree? Amen. So we want to salute and applaud the work that we've done in this community, and we will continue to do. And I feel whoever's coming in, and I'm grateful for Reverend Kev, I'm grateful for Reverend Derica, just answering the call in their heart. Yes. But I know though whoever's coming in has got a solid foundation. Yes. I don't think you guys believe that, but I do. A solid foundation to move us to the next yet to be. Yes. And we don't even know what that is. But thank God we don't. Because then we get to experience it together, the changes and the shift that life's going to offer us. For the better. For the better. Yes. I believe that. I truly, truly believe that. Ernest Holmes has a quote about fear and love. And he said, love casts out all fear. Allows you to create and live through miracles, and unlimited miracles. So I have to call us out as unlimited miracles here at EASTBAY today. Amen. Unlimited miracles, because we know there's always someone ready for us, available for us, to support us. And when we think about this idea of oneness, I have been in many situations where I thought, oh my God, I can't do this by myself, and somebody shows up. The plumber who was introduced to me, I called him and said, hey, we got a leak. He goes, oh, don't worry about it, I got you. And sometimes we get free service, sometimes we don't. But having that person to call, because I know nothing about plumbing at all. I know nothing about fixing anything at all. I just call people and they show up, and I'm grateful for that. We have to know our gifts, our strengths, right? I'm grateful for that. So I am going to be brief today, but I want to tell this one story about myself. And most of you who know me know that I have the appearance of anxiety. Yeah, Betty. I have the experience of anxiety, and that means enclosed places kind of freak me out sometimes. Not the darkness, airplanes, small airplanes, elevators, things like that. And I'm working through it. I'm doing the work to get better, and I have gotten better because I can do things that I couldn't do in the past. But what I know about this way of being, it's in here, and I make up stuff, and when you make up stuff in your mind, guess what? It manifests. And you're all like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. So the other week, I had to go to Kaiser for an exam, and what it was, you go into one of those tubes. I walked into the room, I looked at the tube, I go, I'm not getting in there. And the person who was going to do the exam said, I know how you feel. I've been there. Let's try this. You go sit in the waiting room for about 3 minutes and come back. So I did that, and I went back, and she says, this exam is only going to be 3 minutes. And she goes, let's try it. So I get in there. I got in the thing, that whatever that exam was, and then I got out. I was like, this ain't working. This is not going to work at all. And then she said, go back to the waiting room. We're going to get this done today because I know you can do it. I've been there. I know how you feel. And have you ever someone said they know how you feel and you don't believe them? How could you? But then she started telling me her story. Go, okay, you get it. You understand how I feel. So I went back to the waiting room, got there, and I got, okay, Arleen, you can do this. You can really do this because you have faith, you trust, you pray, you meditate. Take all that in that little tube, right? It's funny the things we forget when we were afraid. So I got in the room. I said, I got this. She goes, it's only 3 minutes. So I got on the thing. I looked up. I was like, really? Okay. Because she said, I know how you feel. That was my person. I didn't know the woman, but she said, I know how you feel because I've been there. And somebody's been there, they can go with you. So I got in the little tube. She goes, it's only 3 minutes. And she said, you okay? I go, okay. And then I start hearing this noise. And I go, but I can't get out because I said I could do it. So I started singing. God is the joy and the strength of my life, moves all pain, misery, and strife. Promise to keep me, never to leave me, never, ever. And I kept going on and on and on. I kept singing that song. I go, oh, God is a joy, God is a joy. It's just going, going, going. And she says, you're done. I am? I finished it. How many of us have got to the line and didn't cross it? She got me across that line. And that song, y'all know the song, was singing it at the top of my lungs. God is a joy, the strength of my life, moves all pain, misery, and strife. Promise to keep me, never to leave, never ever fall short of his word. Yes. Sounds of joy. Let's take us to that song we know so dear to our hearts. Y'all know this. Stand up and sing this song with us.
God is the joy and the strength of my life, moves all pain, misery, and strife. Promise to keep me, never to leave me, never ever fall short of his word. I've got to fast and pray, stay in the narrow way, keep my life clean every day. God's given me all, I know no lack. I've come this far and I'll never turn back. God is, God is, God is, God is, God is my all and all. God is the joy and the strength of my life. God is all pain, misery, and strife. God is never to leave me, never ever fall short of his word. I got to fast and pray, stay in the narrow way. God is my life is clean every day. God is all, I know no lack. I come this far and I'll never turn back. God is, God is, God is, God is, God is my all and all. I know that God is my all and all. I know God is my all.
Thank you, Sounds of Joy. So I ask you, in this time of trusting love, are you trusting? Are you knowing the truth of who you are? From every breath you take, In, exhale, knowing the truth of who you are and knowing that God is all in all, and knowing that we can trust love all the time. So my opportunity for you this week is pull out your journals, jot down how you're trusting love. Just start that process, because it moves you from here to embodying it, right? We got 3 things. We're in our head for a minute. When we love it up, our puppies, our kids, our children, we're in our heart. But when we got this, we embody it. So let's work on that together. Let us pray. Whew. With great gratitude, I give thanks. I give thanks for vulnerability. I give thanks for showing up just as I am, and you showing up just as you are. For knowing that that is one life, the one life of God who gives us everything we need when we need it. That one life of God who shows up at Kaiser. The one life of God that shows up on Highway 880. All the places where we feel we are by ourselves, God is right there all the time. And so in knowing this, I know that there is peace in our hearts. I know that we trust that love, that quiet voice that comes to us in the midnight hour, early in the morning saying, I got you. We trust that. We know that, and we know that, and we know that. So I'm blessing if there's an opportunity for health, for prosperity, relationships, careers. I'm blessing in knowing that the truth of trusting love guides us forward. Not being attached to the outcome, but knowing the truth. So I'm blessing our time together. I'm blessing everyone who showed up in person, online, because your gift gifted me. Your gift gives each one of us. So with that, I give thanks. I allow my truth to be. I allow trusting love to guide the way. And I know that there's always something guiding us away from fear into love. And that's what I'm stepping into, and I know that, and I speak that for you all as well. So I release my word knowing that it's complete. It's just complete. And I allow it to be, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Arleen. So now is our time for gracious giving. And we will have our affirmation on the screen. Give, grow, glow. Give with joy, grow in faith, glow in love. There are many ways to give at East Bay. We have the kiosk in the back. The ushers are going to go around. And then we also have the online tithing on our website and also on our phones. Text to give, text East Bay to 501-55. And of course, now we have Zelle. It's a new opportunity to give. Amen. Many ways for you to give. So are the ushers going by around?
Yep.
Okay. enlarge my territory. Bless me indeed. Yes. And so, we give thanks for these tithes, for this offering. And we know that we are indeed blessed, for we are completing the circle of life. We are giving, and it is given unto us. And so I know that these offerings are used wisely. And for this, we give thanks, and so it is.
Let's send Deborah some love. A fabulous job today. Thank you. So it's just about 11:30, the magical hour of the day. And I just want to remind you of a couple things. For those who are on YouTube or Facebook, you can go online to vote. Those who are in the room, if you have your ballots, you can put them in the ballot box. If you didn't bring your ballot, we'll get your ballot to you. So just know that we're covered from all angles. This is an important time for us to be present and participate, right? So the voting will be open until 1:30 in person and online until tomorrow at noon. So you got that? So my request is refrain from texting me if possible. I'm laughing because those of you know who you are. What time is it? When's it gonna close? Is it still open? Can I send my ballot to you? No, so I'm just keeping it real. But before I go, I want you to stand, and I want to offer a prayer around EASTBAY. And I want to offer a prayer for our candidates, knowing that they were brought to us for a divine purpose. So, and we're going to do this together. It's more of an affirmation. Use me, O God.
Use me, O God.
I stand for you.
I stand for you.
I know the truth of who I am.
I know the truth of who I am.
I know the truth of this community.
I know the truth of this community.
I know the truth of Reverend Kev and Reverend Dorica.
I know the truth of Reverend Kev and Reverend Dorica.
And we're blessing how the universe shows up.
We're blessing how the universe shows up.
With great gratitude,
With great gratitude,
we release our word.
we release our word.
We know it's complete in the mind of God,
We know it's complete in the mind of God.
and so it is.
And so it is.
If you brought your ballot with you, just walk down the hallway to the fellowship hall, turn left, there's a box there. If you didn't bring your ballots, there are tables on the right side where you can pick up your ballot. And if you're voting online, voting online. But before we go, we have one more song that I feel is so appropriate for today. We're going to release and we're going to let go. Sounds of Joy, take it away.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. Yeah, yeah. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go. Let it go. EASTBAY.